first had the idea of this video, I thought I was going to come and share my discount code. Tell me why this thing did not cut my tomatoes. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Stop lying. I'm not here to discourage you. I'm just here to say that, man. Just a quick one before I go on. I made this video like weeks after I made my order because I didn't want to give a review from when I just got it. You know this thing people do where they just get the stuff, they give a review. I wanted to give a review after I had used it. I could really give you guys an honest review and not just something because of how cute something looks from the box, so you could make better decisions if you want to shop from Temu. So back when I stayed in Nigeria, I ordered a lot from AliExpress. You know, AliExpress was my thing, and I didn't really like have all those stories that touch, mostly because when it comes to AliExpress, I kind of know what to order to avoid stories that touch. I don't order clothes. I'm very careful when it comes to shoes, and you know, a few things like that. So I knew AliExpress was working fine. The only thing I didn't like was like the shipping times. I mean, you have to wait for like 3 weeks, sometimes a month, and with the way the Nigerian postal service works, let's not even talk about that. Like sometimes you would go, they'll tell you, like, it was just so much hassle. So when I traveled over to the UK, I was at first shocked that I had to pay tax on my AliExpress orders. Why do I have to pay tax on this? Like, the idea of shopping AliExpress was because I wanted it cheap. So when the idea of Temu came on, it was like AliExpress on steroids. You know, the goods coming in fast. I even saw some things that were cheaper on AliExpress, and at some point I was like really skeptical. I was like, if you're cheaper on AliExpress, what sort of quality are you really offering? Like, let's be honest, guys. You all have to be a scam. I mean, someone sent an invite link and I was like, you know what, let us just give this thing a try. Whew. God, don't worry, I'm gonna get to that part because I'm here to rant today, guys. When I first had the idea of this video, I thought I was gonna come and share my discount code and share this and that and that and that, but 2 months down the line, I'm like, do I really want to do that? So let's go on to the first package. So ordinarily this package cost me about £13, but if I was going to buy it with like the actual Temu price, it was going to be £23. And if I was going to get it on Amazon, I was going to spend a whooping £79. So first it was a watch. Now this watch is a smartwatch, you know, like a regular smartwatch, but as you can tell, it's definitely a low quality watch, and the battery runs down like pretty fast. To be fair, it's quite a nice one, although I feel like the screen quality could be better, you know, but it does what it's supposed to do. You know, it tells you the time. It pretty much picks up, like, you can pick up calls, you can read your messages, you can view your WhatsApp messages. So looking for a cheap alternative, well, I would say you could try this one. Would I recommend it? I'll be honest, I wouldn't say 100%, because I think someone once gave me one off AliExpress one time, and I feel like he did a way better job than this one. I'm not here to discourage you. I'm just here to say that, man, like, it wasn't 100% what I expected, but it did the job quite fairly. So if you're not too picky, you're not too particular, this will work for you. The second thing I ordered was the drain. It was this, and to be fair, I mean, what more can you expect from something like this? It was just to make sure that when I wash my hair, I don't get hair in the drain, and so far it's been doing that. Also, it doesn't really get like really dirty. So I'm washing the toilet and I wash it, it just gets clean, and it pretty much did the job. So I wouldn't fault this. So when I said I know what to shop, I mean, I like to shop like tools and stuff that, you know, you can hardly go wrong with, and this was one of those purchases that I was like, you know what, it did the job, it was fine, I'm happy about it, so I wouldn't complain. The next thing I bought was a sponge for the bathroom, and it was supposed to be like a scoring sponge. I just needed something with like that extra hardness for like the bathtub, and I would say it lived up to the expectation. It did what it was supposed to do. It's been 2 months running, I'm still using it, and it hasn't fallen apart yet. I still envision like 2 more months of use, and then I would most likely need to replace it. But when it comes to like scoring and getting like those dirt off, it has done like a pretty good job. I just use some bleach, use it, and it just just takes out all of the dirt. My sink is like a-okay. Sometimes I also use it for the walls, and it's been holding up pretty well. I think why I picked this was because of the handle. I just like the ease of being able to hold it, you know, while I do my scrubbing, and I cannot fault it. It has done its job. So this one I would rate, if I had to rate, I would rate it 9 over 10. So the next thing I got was a set of kitchen spoons. Guys, tell me why my kitchen spoon is looking like something that a dog would use. Tell me why. I think when I saw this thing, that was my first disappointment. I was like, why does it look like this? Like, it's aesthetic. It looks really good, guys. I like using it when I'm doing videos and all that kind of stuff, but to be honest with you, I'm like, please tell me, why is it this small? I should have brought another spoon for context, but why is it this small? Like, when it came, I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, I should have just gone to ask that to other spoons. Like, what is the meaning of this? Oh God, it's so small. I mean, it's cute, but I'm not looking for my kitchen spoons to just be cute. I need it to do its job. God. But aside from the size, guys, if you're talking about the aesthetics, this guy is really nice. If you're also talking about like functionality and durability, I would say it's been pretty fair. Like, I've dipped these guys in like so much red oil, and every time I wash them, it tends to come out. I've been using this guy for like 2-3 months now. Let me see, June, July, August, so they're about 3-4 months thereabout, and this guy has been doing its job. I also like that there's like a lot of it in the set, so I can easily pick and choose and that kind of stuff. The only downside for me, which is what I started with, is the size. I'm not too happy about this size. That was the first thing that got me disappointed. But after a while, I sucked up to it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna find a way to make it work for me. So if you do not care about the size, guys, this is nice. This is not bad at all. It is a very good spoon set for the price point, and I would recommend it if you don't mind size. Also, it works well with like heat. I use it in a lot of hot food. I use it when I'm like taking out my plantains, taking out eggs and stuff. So this is not the only spoon. No, it comes like an entire set, and they all seem to hold well. At least so far, none of them has had like any cracks or anything around the edges, and it's like silicone. It stretches well, so I would actually give this a 7 over 10. Those 3 points I've taken off are because of the size. I'm not too happy about the size. This is not a video where I'm roasting Temu. It's just, I decided I was going to come here and give my honest opinion, because like everybody's just online ranting and raving about it, and I was like, I'm just going to be honest, guys. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Stop lying. Like, just stop. Let us just stop. I beg, let's stop. All right, so the next thing I bought was this set of hooks. They were supposed to hold stuff, you know, around the house, like the spoons, like a few hand towels, and guys, the hook did not hook. Okay, let me rephrase that. So so far the only place that the hook has really worked for me is in the bathroom. It holds up my sponge well. It's been a month now since I used it to hold the sponge, and the sponge has been fine. So it made me guess that hook would only work on like very smooth surfaces, because I even used it on the tile in the kitchen, and guys, it did not hold up. It didn't hold my kitchen microfiber towels. So in my mind, I'm like, what exactly is this hook supposed to hold? Like a sponge? Are you saying I can only hold a sponge with this hook? Like, are you kidding me? I tried using it for like an empty backpack. I tried using it for hand towels. I tried using it for like various really light things, and it didn't hold up. And I also tried it on various surfaces. I tried it on my door. I tried it on the tiles in the kitchen. I tried it on the body of my wardrobe. It did not work. The only place it worked was in the bathroom to hold sponge. So if you're going to use this, just know that you are going to be using it to hold something like absolutely weightless, like weightless. So that was the only time it worked. So if I'm going to score this, I'm going to give it a 4 over 10, because I'll be honest, to me it didn't work. I don't know, maybe I didn't do something right, because I mean, they kept saying clean spirit. I didn't have spirit, so I used wipes. I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe there's something others are doing that I'm not doing, but it didn't work for me, guys. And I'm just gonna be honest, it didn't work at all. The next thing I got, guys, is a soap dispenser for my kitchen. 2 weeks after using the soap dispenser. 2 weeks after using this soap dispenser, I did not dispense anything again. In fact, this soap dispenser was supposed to make my life easy, but this soap dispenser made my life hard because it felt like a workout every time I had to press the sponge to bring out the soap. I was like, what is this? Like, it was so stressful. My husband was like, let's throw this thing away. I was like, no, we're going to use, because I didn't want to feel like I wasted money every time we tried to press. Like, we even thought it was because we didn't have enough soap, so we made sure we topped it up till like the top. And guys, it still wasn't dispensing. At first it was like super hard, then after a while it stopped dispensing. Then what we just did was we just returned the soap back to the original container and trashed it. Like, I didn't even wait to do a video. I trashed it because it wasn't even worth it at all. I mean, and the sponge they sent, can we talk about the sponge they sent? That sponge had no life, had no body. Like, I dipped that sponge in water and it became nothing. Like, you know when you put your sponge in water and then you squeeze it and then there's no life in the sponge? That was what that sponge was for. I was like, what exactly am I supposed to use it for? Like, even the dishes will not be happy if I use that sponge on them. I was like, nah. The next thing I ordered was a silicone sieve. It was this foldable sieves that, you know, you could use for stuff. And when it came, I'll be fair, this one was really nice. It was exactly what I ordered except for the size. So this was my mistake. I thought I was ordering something that was a bit larger, but it was smaller than I expected. Aside from that, it's working well. I really like it. I like that I can just fold it away. It can take really hot things, so I use it when I'm sieving like my spag and, you know, maybe rice when I need to, or whatever I need to sieve, and it's been holding up. There's been no melt. I've not had like any issues with it. It's doing what it's supposed to do, it's giving what it's supposed to give. So this one is a great one. This is just one of those things, just like the sponge, that, you know, you can hardly go wrong with. So it was good. I really enjoyed it. All right, that's the first order. So for my second box, I really was anticipating something better when I ordered this box. You know, I was in one of those moments where I was like, you know what, the second time's a charm. Let us just order this one and see what is gonna happen. I'm gonna be more careful, gonna be more intentional. In fact, when I ordered this box, the other things, some of those other things had not yet done their thing, so I still had like high hopes, and I thought that, oh, this was just gonna work. This other one cost me £10, approximately £10. If I had to order without the discount, to be about 23. So you can imagine how much is going to be on Amazon. So one of the first things I used was the tissue holder. So what I did was I stuck this on the wall, put the tissue through, and you know the drill. I really enjoyed using this. This is one of those things that I enjoyed using so much. I liked the ease it gave me. And I know it's just a tool, but that's how you know you're growing older, when tiny tools like that just excite you. It just made the toilet experience nicer. But I made a mistake that made this one not last. So one day I was washing the bathroom and then I leaned in on it. Like, I held it and used it as a support. And to be honest, it held me well. And it took a while before I realized what I was doing, and then I removed my hand. And then afterwards, from that day, it began to like just go off, and the next time I washed the bathroom, it just came off completely. But I strongly believe that if I had not done that, this tissue holder was going to hold and it was just gonna stay. So this is one of those things I missed. This is one of those things I would definitely buy again. In fact, I'm thinking of just getting like those wall, like double-sided tips, and just using it again and see if it's going to hold. But I really enjoyed using this one, and I'm going to recommend it. The next thing I got was a bathroom curtain, and this is another one that I have enjoyed. It's still there. It's still working, it's still doing its job, and I've not had any issues with it. Although I would say that I did see recently that the metal was rusting, but then, I mean, it's quite expected in the bathroom, right? I think when we got it on the promo, it was about £4 thereabout, but I really enjoyed the design. It's done what it says it's gonna do. It's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's easy to clean. And this is one of those things that I would recommend because I have really enjoyed it. It has done its job. So I mean, it's only good that I recommend this one. So moving on, we have the bathroom mats obviously it's in the bathroom, so I can't bring it like physically to show you, but it has been also been fine. It's been good. I mean, doing what it's supposed to do like the other ones. I think the only thing is it didn't come as soft as I thought it would. It is soft, it is doing its job, but it's not as soft as I thought it would be. If a friend of mine watched this, she would tell me, alright, you are just a thief. For the price you paid, what were you expecting? In a few months time, I'm just probably gonna let it go and just get myself something off Asta. But it's been fine, you know. It matches with the theme in the bathroom. It does what it's supposed to do. It's easy to clean, so I mean, I can't fault this one. I don't think there's much you can do when it comes to reviewing a bathroom mat. Let's see, is it absorbent? Yes. We haven't poured like water on the ground because the cotton just seals off the bathtub. So I mean, it only takes off the liquid when we have a bath, and it dries off pretty quickly. It also has a pretty good grip on the ground. Not excellent, but the grip is quite fair, and it doesn't pack up like a whole load of dirt. And then you can always just clean it in the microwave. What? You can just clean it in the washing machine, and it's good to go. The next thing I really enjoyed, guys, I enjoyed my second order, to be fair. The next thing I got was like silk pillowcases, and this is what it looks like. Yes, it's on iron, but of everything we purchased, my husband said this was the one he loved the most. Guys, sleeping on this thing is, it's really nice. So it makes me imagine what like sleeping on actual silk is gonna feel like, because I think I saw that this was like soft polyester or something. But I would say that this is one thing I really enjoyed out of all my purchases. Like, it makes sleeping a dream. It is soft. I really like it. It is soft, it's easy to clean, it's easy to maintain. I mean, what else you want to say about the pillowcase? It makes sleeping a dream. Yes, sleeping is kind of like a dream when you are in your adult years. But I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the experience it gives me, so no complaint whatsoever. This is one thing I'm going to give it 10 over 10 out of everything. A total 10 over 10. We've washed it a few times. It hasn't torn apart. It still maintained the same shape. It still maintained its form. So I would say this one was a pretty good one, and I've enjoyed using it. I think when I ordered, I was scared that it was going to come in really stiff and it was going to be one of those things that like make a lot of noise, but this just gave exactly what it was supposed to give, and I really like it. I love the pillowcase. So we ordered it in black, and we also ordered it in white, and they both came in like the right color, the right texture. Same thing for both of them. They arrived in like this cardboard box, and yeah, that's all to it. So I'll give this one a 10 over 10. Next thing I ordered was these leaves that I have behind me. They are fake eucalyptus leaves, and I mean, what review can you give? It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's a decor, duh. I mean, I like how realistic it looks with like the white stuff on the leaves. I'm now wondering if it is actually decor or if it is dust I'm supposed to have cleaned off. Because when it came, I was like, nah, I really like it, it's decor. But now I'm asking myself questions. I think because it's eucalyptus, I think that's what it's supposed to do. So just my mind playing tricks on me. It's not dust. It's just what it's supposed to do. So it's nice. I like that it also looks slightly realistic. It's nothing too far from what it's supposed to look like. It's not too green, it's not too gray. So it's just in between. So this is one of those things I'll say, which brings me to I don't say the bane of my existence, but the one thing that really got me upset. My bathroom caddy, guys. Let's start with the fact that I absolutely love this thing. I love it so much. I love that when we used it, it held up so well. It made my bathroom experience so nice. Like, everything was just hung, everything was in place. Out of everything I got, this was the one that got my love, like even more than the pillow, guys. I won't trade it. I love this thing so much. But tell me why it fell down. Tell me why it fell. I thought the tape was supposed to be hard. Why did it fall? I thought they said it was not bullet. I thought they said it was waterproof. Why did this thing fall? Fortunately, it fell after my husband left the bathroom, so he just had his bath, just came out, and boom, this thing was on the ground. Like, I almost cried that day because I loved it, like I told you guys. And I actually am going to buy the tape again. I feel like it might just have been something I didn't do right. It's me wanting to give something a second chance. I feel like it was something I didn't do right when I was hanging it, because they said we're supposed to leave the tape alone on the wall for 24 hours before putting anything. I think I put the tape and then I put this without any content, the tape and the caddy. I put it on, and I just want to give myself, I want to believe that I'm the reason it didn't work out, and I'm going to get another tape and see what happens again before I give a final review. But guys, I loved it so much. It elevated the look of my bathroom. It held the stuff up. It lasted for about, I think, 2 weeks before it fell, and the day it fell was so painful for me because I really loved it. It was so functional. Oof. But I'm not gonna rate it. I'm not gonna rate it because I'm just gonna give it a second chance. I'm gonna get some caddy hooks off AliExpress this time. No, I wouldn't be buying it off Temu. I'll get it off AliExpress. So I'll get some caddy hooks and I'm going to see how that goes. And the last but not the least thing I got, guys, the one thing with all of the stories, is this chopper. Now let me tell you about it. This is one of those choppers that I've seen people talk about a lot on Amazon. It's supposed to be a very nice tool for chopping up your vegetables and supposed to, you know, just cut that cooking time. Tell me why this thing did not cut my tomatoes. So there's this one of the parts of it that is supposed to cut like fruits and vegetables into like this square shape. I used it for my sweet peppers and it cut it like fine, but you know, sweet pepper is soft. But then I cut my tomatoes into like smaller chunks, like I sliced it, and then I tried to put it through the machine, and damn, you should see me. I was pressing this thing, guys. I was pressing it so hard. My husband thought I was going to break it, and the tomatoes did not work. Even my onions, you know. Guys, I'm disappointed. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I mean, it still has like all the slicing features that I believe would work, but what I really needed it for was meal prep, because we use a lot of sweet peppers at home. I wanted to be able to just chop my sweet peppers and, if possible, my onions, my carrots, and just like bag them in a Ziploc and freeze them and use them whenever I need to. So I was really upset when it just seemed so fragile and it didn't cut that. Now please note that it worked for the sweet pepper, but I want it for my tomatoes, I want it for my onions. Like, sweet pepper is not the only thing I want to cut in this life. Also, I've not tried the other slicing bits, but that was because I was just so upset and pissed. I didn't even want to bother at all. Like, it did not even feel or seem worth it again. I was like, why would I go through the hassle of bringing everything out and having to unbox it, because it's quite a lot of things inside. You get, why would I go through the hassle of bringing everything out and unboxing it only for me to only be able to do sweet peppers? So this is one thing, if I could return, I would have returned it, but I think when I used it was like way past the time of return. I'll most likely still get an actual original one of Amazon. So if I'm going to rate that one, I would rate it a 5/10. I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed, guys. So all in all, would I recommend Temu? I would say to an extent yes, but treat it like you would treat any other Chinese brand that you're buying from. So I wouldn't recommend you get things like skincare. I wouldn't recommend you get things like, you know, anything for your face, your body, or even clothes. I wouldn't recommend it. But when it comes to those tools, you know, those tools we talked about, the one can hardly go wrong with, those are the kind of things you might want to get off them. I'll probably just get like basic things. Like, if I was going to get like maybe a container to hold my drugs, or maybe storage containers and stuff, yes, I would definitely still patronize Temu. But you know, when it comes to some other things, in fact, when I have a doubt about something, I would rather just not buy it off Temu. I would also recommend that you don't buy branded stuff of them. I mean, that just goes without saying. But if you want to give Temu a try and you're in the UK, I think it also works in the US, please go ahead and give it a try. I wouldn't absolutely write it off. I will just be more careful with the kind of things that I purchase. If you're looking to explore it, I have a link in my description. Click on it, see if there's like an offer or something that you can take advantage of, just to get 1 or 2 things that are, you know, more generic, like utilities, tools, that kind of stuff. I'm even thinking of trying out hair from Temu and doing a review just for the fun of it, but that's gonna be another video, guys. I hope this helps someone, because I tend to watch videos like this before I purchase anything off websites. So I hope this helps you in your quest to bag yourself some deals of Temu, because I do agree they have deals. I'll just say be very careful when you're making your order, okay? Alrighty, so if you're looking for more fun videos like this, you might want to click on any of the 2 videos on the screen. I never really say bye on my channel because I know we're gonna suck you into even more videos. So guys, I'm gonna see you in the next video, and I am not gonna say bye, okay? See you in the next video.